Why do you have to pay taxes on retirement income? Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states and Puerto Rico. I don't know. But I think I got a good insight into that and kind of have a good insight into where this is all headed from a taxation standpoint. But I will kind of tell you this. IRS is our friend, right? Nod your head. No, not that nod. No, the other way. IRS is our friend. But we're going to talk about taxes on retirement income, annuities, etc., the structures that you can look at, the details, the facts, 30 plus years of experience in this game after this. So why do you have to pay taxes on retirement income? It's because we have $37 trillion in debt and counting. It's because we need roads and schools and bridges and military and all that stuff. It's because it's the law, you know. Now, you're saying, but wait a minute, Stan, I remember back in the day, I heard a politician say, hey, never in my lifetime are we gonna tax Social Security. Well, that didn't work out so well. So, you know, Social Security is the best inflation annuity on the planet. You already own it. I know you're saying, is that an annuity? Yes, it's an annuity. It's political, not actuarial. By the way, someone asked me the other day, they said, see behind the camera, they said, are you political, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed all 50 states, Puerto Rico? I said, no, I'm contractual, okay? I'm not political, I'm contractual, all right? So, cut. All right, coming back. I'm back. Taxes on retirement income. I lost my train of thought because just the word taxes, it's like one of those drones that comes over with electronic pulse. You're like, we're going to have to pay taxes. All I'm going to implore you to do is don't be obsessed with this. I mean, I did a newsletter the other day and it said, stop threading the needle, stop looking at your statements, start trying to spend money again. And I got an email back from we have a huge email list. Somebody emailed back and said, piss off, I don't like your attitude. He literally said that. I'm like, okay, sorry. But too many people, and I'm probably talking to you out there, you're trying to thread the needle and trying to figure out how not to pay taxes, and you're going to pay taxes, okay? And even in today's current environment, you look at the time of this taping, you might say, well, in the future, I won't be, creating income, it's not going to work, I probably won't pay as much taxes. I don't know if that's going to be true. I really don't. A lot of you are saying, well, this guy is going to he's helping me convert all my IRAs to Roth IRAs, so I won't have to pay any taxes. Wait a minute. To convert to a Roth IRA, you have to pay a bunch of upfront taxes to make it a Roth IRA, so might want to run that number to see what the break-even point is. Okay? People say, well, Roth IRA's tax-free. You've already paid taxes, Chester. Of course. My hope is that the government doesn't pull the rug out from under you like they did with Social Security. Never going to be taxes on Social Security. I was at the table. I was at those meetings, periphery, when they were talking about Roth IRAs, and I'm telling you, they're going to try to tax that. They're going to say, well, yeah, it's going to be tax-free unless you're the evil rich, or it's going to be tax-free unless only if you use it for health care or saving the whales or something like that. 20% of the public right now has Roth IRAs the last time I looked it up. That's a big number. But it's not a big enough number for politicians to care about your vote. Okay? So I'm not against Roth IRAs. If you want to do it, do it. I don't recommend them because I don't trust the government to pull the rug out from under you because they've done it before. Okay? And they're going to forget the fact, in my opinion, my guess is that you've already paid upfront taxes. So taxes in retirement from annuities, when you take money out of an annuity for lifetime income, it's taxed at ordinary income levels. Okay? That's the current law. Now, if it's inside of a Roth IRA and you buy an immediate annuity inside of a Roth IRA, that's tax-free. If you buy tax-free municipal bonds, if you can find them, that's tax-free. There are some things that are out there that you can get tax-free income or tax-free dividends coupons in the case of municipal bonds, of which I used to do when I was at Morgan Stanley, manage those. But my advice to you is don't get fixated with the IRS. Don't try to beat them. You can't. I'd rather you figure out the income floor that you need and go live your life. Chapter 2 is about you. That's where we can come in. If you figure out all the income that's coming in, Social Security is a pension, RMDs, when you turn that age, is kind of like a pension because you got to take money out every year, regardless of whether you need it or not. If you have an actual pension, one of the 9% that has it, great. Whatever's hitting your bank account, rental income, whatever. If that's enough to live off of and live well, not scrimp and save, because you've been scrimping and saving your whole life, then great. You don't need an annuity. But if you need to fill the gap or have a little bit extra to live better, then that's when an annuity can come into play. And you can go to my site at theannuityman.com and run a reverse engineer quote solving for a specific amount. People always say, well, I'm looking for an annuity that adjusts for inflation, Stan. That's what I'm looking for, son. I'm like, well, great. I'm looking for a world peace and harmony and both parties getting along, okay? That's what I'm looking for. I've got a better chance of finding that than you finding the annuity that adjusts for inflation. But if you ask enough agents, they'll tell you they have it. They don't have it. The way to solve for inflation with annuities is at the time you need that income gap to be filled. Give an example. Let's say you have $5,000 coming in 3 years from now. You need $5,500. Then we go buy an immediate annuity solving for that $500 additional dollars that you need, shopping all carriers for the highest contractual guarantee using the least amount of money. So we're solving for the $500 with the highest rated company that's using the least amount of money. That's how you solve for inflation. Anything else is a sales pitch. Anything else is a crap dart throw. Well, I've got it, son, because if the index increases, then this increases. Listen, annuity companies don't give anything away. There's no philanthropist in annuity company. There's nobody waking up in the morning at annuity companies going, you know what? We're going to do a pro-consumer inflation annuity. No, doesn't happen, okay? Anytime you have an increase contractual or potential with annuities, here's a visual. Here's the same annuity without it. That's above my head for people that are listening. And the one with the increase, it's below my chest. They don't give it away. Typically, it's a 7 to 9 year break-even point, but it's really dependent on your age. Most of the time, it doesn't make sense, even though you want it to happen. You already own the best inflation annuity on the planet. That's Social Security. That's because it's political, not actuarial. And yes, remember, I'm not political. I'm contractual. Okay, think about it. But the point is that got guarantees. Remember that? Got milk. Drink the thing. Got the milk mustache. See behind the camera. We should do the milk mustache with this right here. Taxes. None of us like paying the taxes. None of us like it. But I encourage you not to try not to pay them because things don't go well. Only the super uber rich can get away with that. All the rest of us out here, we got to pay taxes. What I don't want you to do is have the IRS living in your head for free. I do not want that. I want you to live your life. I want you to enjoy your life. I want you to plan your income floor so that you're going to live the life you've worked hard to live. I was talking to another guy. I'll close with this. I was talking to a guy the other day. His name was Jamie. Really smart guy. Played baseball in college and very successful businessman. And he said something. I said, I'm going to put this in the video. So here it is, Jamie. He said, we really have to retrain ourselves how to spend money. He's so right. For all of us that grew up poor, middle class, lower middle class, whatever it is. My father, great story was, here's my scar from my past. We go to McDonald's as a kid, and I walk up and my dad goes, get anything you want. And I might have been 9 years old, okay? And I said, I want a large fry. My dad turns to me and goes, large fry? We can't afford a large fry. To this day, it's hard for me to order a large fry, okay? I'm just saying. We all have those scars, but we have to learn how to spend money, okay? And don't let the IRS live in your head. You're going to have to pay them and go live your life. Pay them, go live your life. Pay them, go live your life. Do the best you can. Work with your CPA and tax lawyer. Do the best you can, but don't let them affect your life, please. Please, you listen to me? Okay. Do me a favor. Above my head, it's a video talks about contractual guarantees only. Why at the Annuity Man, that's all we do. I'm a pioneer. I am the actually pioneer and the person that started contractual guarantees only. That concept in the annuity world, that's all we look at. That's all we recommend. That's all we allow you to buy. We don't sell it. You buy it. We sell more than anybody on the planet, no one agent in the country. It's because we're not hammers looking for nails. You make the decision on your terms and your time frame. So with that being said, see you next time.